Hi, I'm Lisa, Love and Marriage Guide, and today I wanted to talk to you about speaking each other's language. So you have probably heard about the love languages. I'm sorry, I'm looking for a book. You probably heard about the love languages. That's not it. Here it is. The love languages are by Gary Chapman. It was a book by Gary Chapman. There's now a website and everything where you can look up your love languages. My husband's love language is acts of service, and my love language is quality time. Those are our primary love languages. We have a bunch of different ones. But that helps to be able to communicate with each other and to give and receive love, to know the language that you speak. In the beginning, I didn't know that my husband's love language was acts of service, which is like doing the dishes, getting an oil change in your car, taking out the garbage, making you lunch, anything like that. And so I didn't recognize it. It didn't feel like love to me. It wasn't what I wanted. And so I was just getting frustrated. But when I found out that that was his love language and he was expressing love to me in that way, then I felt much better about our relationship, and I felt like he was loving me. I do think it's important to learn each other's love languages and match them. He also tries to give me quality time. And in that, quality time has become his love language, and acts of service has become my love language. So we have kind of accommodated and adapted and made space for each other's love languages. And now those things are more important to both of us. But there's also other ways that we speak to each other. And I was reading this book, You Just Don't Understand, Women and Men in Conversation. And it talks about how women talk to connect and men talk to kind of like gain dominance and figure out who knows more, or I forget exactly how they described it. But it's a different way of communicating. And so it feels very different. And I think women get very frustrated in conversations with men because they're trying to connect, and it feels very different. Like the goal of the man feels very different. I'm going to see if I can find it here. I highlighted a lot of stuff. So, it's for men, it's pursuit of freedom, which is a good reframe of like dominance. Like dominance doesn't feel good, but freedom is good. It's independence and freedom of action that women are looking for. And so that's often like why they rebel against any kind of like telling you when they're coming home or what they're doing. They have been socialized to communicate for independence and freedom. And we as women have been socialized to communicate for connection. So they're very different goals. And so I think it helps to understand that, and so that when we're talking to each other and we're trying to make that bridge, we can find commonalities, or we can create common goals. But the other thing is we all have like different like avenues that we like to be communicated in. Like I know that when I'm trying to communicate with my husband, what makes sense for him is when I give him like a chart or a graph or like some kind of visual. And I sometimes do PowerPoints for him just because I want him to understand something, and I know it really helps him to understand it. And I kind of like to create, so that works for me too. But the other day it was kind of funny because I was doing a tarot card reading with a friend of mine, and my friend had said something that my husband has always said too. And he's like, oh, you're going to hear it that way. You're going to hear it from him, but not from me. And I was like, well, he's giving it to me in a tarot card reading, and that's more fun for me. So I think it's true that we have different ways that we like to communicate and we like to receive information. Like I'm a Pisces, I'm a dreamer, I like to deal in the spiritual and for me, that's fun and light. And it helps me to receive information better. So I told him that he maybe should give me a tarot card reading next time if he wants to give me some information. But I think it just speaks to the different ways that we like to be communicated with, and we can bridge those connections with each other once we can start talking about it and understanding each other. And it's really important to be able to do that because that's how we feel connected to each other. And I think we're all looking for that sense of connection. So I hope that helps, and maybe you can explore ways with your partner to connect better. So you're talking about your differences with each other, and then you're talking about how to bridge those differences. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.